Hello everyone, and welcome to my solo RPG journal. Today we are playing more of Age of Fantasy Skirmish, one page rules fantasy skirmish game. Age of Fantasy Skirmish, one page rule. Yeah, it's in the name. Where I'm playing a campaign against myself. I've got four groups that I am pitting against each other. The Litwin Scouts, Clara's Horde, the Ortan Expedition, and Chauvel's Troop. More information about them can be found in the video at the top left, linked in the top left. However, the current standing is that Chauvel's Troop are in the lead with 8 points, while Litwin Scouts are following close behind with 6. Clara's Horde are bringing up the rear with 1, and Ortan's Expedition are only just a slightly ahead with 2. Which brings us to our game today. Game 3. Game 3. The Litwin Scouts versus the Ortan Expedition. So, just hide some of these stats here. We have spent, in the last game, both of these groups got some more points, and they have both spent points between games. So, the Wood Elf list has gotten a little bit longer. The Lone Watcher, Harel, is now a sergeant, which gives him an extra +1 to his shooting. Elora hasn't changed, I think. Yes. The Warrior Sorel now has 2-hand weapons. This was supposed to be a great weapon. Did I go with 2-hand weapons? I must have gone with 2-hand weapons. Ooh, I'm going to have to change his model. Let me change his model really quickly. You can see I've already deployed. Instead of making you sit through deployment like I have in previous games. I'm not sure. What do you reckon? Do you reckon it's better this way or better the other? So, we're changing your model. We're going to grab your name. I'm going to make you non-unique, and then I'm going to delete you. I'm going to grab you. I'm going to change your name to Sorel and make you unique. And just put you on the edge where you were before. He's now got 2-hand weapons. Those are the only changes. He has 2-hand weapons, and the Lone Watcher Harel is now a sergeant. Elora hasn't changed. Athras can't change. Treemen can't change. They're just the same. And Adana has not changed. They are deployed like so. We have Athel, whatever his name was, the Treeman, Athras, completely the same, is ready to take this objective. We've got Harel standing next to this objective already because he's a scout and was able to press ahead a little bit further and has line of sight on 2 of the dwarves. Sorel is standing on the rocks here, ready to jump forward to take this one. Elora, the druid, is hiding behind these rocks, ready to jump out and start casting spells. And Adana, was it? The guardian is ready to just shoot some folk. on the side of the Dwarves, the Ortan Expedition, we have... they took a loss in the last game, losing Jarvia. So they are a little bit behind. Their warband only has 150 points. 160 points. This hasn't updated. It's not doing the update thing anymore. I had... Oh, no, sorry, it's this one. No. Oh, it's fine. They have a 160-point army instead of... Oh, they've both got 160-point lists. I had... the Wood Elves had an extra 10 points that they chose not to spend, whereas the Ortan Expedition actually spent all of their extra points in order to get themselves on par. So, they have 160 points. The main changes are that Eredic Ortan now has 2 fire pistols with a range of 12, 1 attack, and AP 1. So that's 2 shots every round at 12 inches with AP 1. And the Iron Warrior, I need to check that. That doesn't sound right. Nope, I have checked it, and it is correct. The Iron Warrior has fire pistols, the same as the Engineer. However, his fire pistols are AP2 instead. And he's also a Sergeant, bringing his points up by 15, while the Engineer was only brought up by 10. I actually brought the Iron Warrior's points up by 20, as I also gave him a great weapon. So everyone is on the same page now with devastating weapons if they get to use them. The problem in the last game for them was that the humans were hitting them first and managed to make it through the defense. However, as a sergeant, he will now hit on a +2 in close combat if he gets there. So maybe you should be hitting on a +2 in. You have to choose with a sergeant. I think I'm going to choose actually that he's a +2 with the fire pistols instead, because +3 with the in close combat is fine. We're gonna be shooting before we're in close combat anyway, so that will be great. The humans of Chauvel's troop are out of this, so those are the 2 factions. Now, the Dwarves are set up like so. There's only 5 of them now. One of them is ready to jump down and take this objective over here. One of them is ready to run over and take this objective over here. And the other 3 are hidden behind the trees. One can jump up and take that objective when ready. We've got a floating die, which is nice. And the other 2 are the 2 with the guns. So they are in the best position to try and get in and start shooting the elves. So, it's time to jump into round 1. Now, the first thing to do for round 1 is for both players. So we'll roll the elves first, because the elves are going first. To roll for a random event. On a 5-up, they get a random event. The dwarves. Do the dwarves get a random event? No, they don't. Okay, so random event for the elves is 61. Now, let me just... Yep. 61 for the random event. 61, Wisdom of the Gods. While searching the ruins, a warrior found an ancient book and is blessed by the gods upon opening it. Select one random unit, which immediately gets D3 × 1 XP. Can't you just say D3 XP? In any case, Wisdom of the Gods. All right, how many units have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. If I roll a 6, then I just re-roll. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay, so that is the Druid, the Warband leader, So, event. The Litwin Scouts, event. What is her name? Elora? Found. What's the book called? Wisdom of the Gods. Round 1. And Elora's already got +1 XP. No. D3. D3 XP. 3 on a D6 for a D3 is 2. So +2 XP. How is that for good? Before I've even drawn objectives, which is the next thing to do. So, drawing objectives for the Wood Elves. 31. 44. And 33. 31 is hold 1. 31, hold 1. 30, it was 40 something. And 33 was hold 3, I'm guessing. Yeah. So we've got 31, 44, 33, 31, 44, 33. Yeah, brilliant. 33 is indeed hold 3, and 44 is shifting strategy. Roll a d6 when you draw this card. Control that objective marker. Control that objective marker after it was controlled by the enemy at the start of the round. Ooh, okay. So I need to roll a d6. 6. Now, because we're playing the objectives, objectives are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 44 shifting strategy. I'm probably only going to get 1 VP for this one. But the hold shifting strategy 6. Now that's actually pretty good because it means I'm probably going to get a VP this round. However, hold 1 and hold 3 are going to be difficult. Objectives for the Ortan Expedition. 1, so 16. 6, 63. 2, 5. Oh, I know what they are already. All right, so 16, 60, was it 66? And 25. It was 63. Okay, so first of all, 16 is C6, 25 is C5, and 63 is Cleanse the Skies. There are no flying units, so we're going to re-roll that one. 61. Slay the King. In this or any previous round, destroy the enemy hero with the highest tough value. In the case of a tie in tough values, any of the models count. Okay. I have a feeling that actually means that you need to complete the objective in the turn unless it says in the previous round. That is interesting. So we're changing that to 61, and that's going to be Slay the King. So I need to kill the Druid. This one is Seize 6. And this one is Seize 5. So we have our objectives. It is now time for the first turn for the elves. So the elves activate something. And the first thing that we're going to do... I could go anywhere. I could get shots from anything. I'm tempted to actually try and shoot something as my first turn. Because we've got two... So I can get this one over here. Ooh. I can't get that one over there. Just out of range. However, this one is also out of range. Hang on. I thought it was in range. Nope, out of range. Look, in that case, I think I'm going to move this model to here. You can tell that I didn't actually change the base colors of the objective markers from the last game. And that I last filmed the humans versus dwarves. Okay. So he's now there. That is the end of his activation. Let's chuck a D12 down next to him. And so... we're going to see the same thing. We're going to see one. That's 1 inch. Three, 4. That's 6 inches, and we're still within 3. Just make sure that I think that that's obscured enough. Brilliant. Die sitting on our head, no worries. It is now the elf turn. And we're going to do a similar thing. Move 1 inch off to get to here. And then I'm going to move to here to be obscured, because I'm expecting that some guys with some guns are going to show up and start shooting stuff. It is now the dwarf turn. And we're actually going to move this one. Can only move 8 in a rush, which is fine because that's exactly what I wanted. Her standing next to this thing, but pretty much behind cover, so no one can see her. And now it is... Need to drop a blue pip. Near the model, close enough to the model. You kind of want to go second with the elves, don't you? With the two shooty units. In fact, the dwarves actually look like they're a little bit more shooty. They don't have the range, but in the next couple of games they'll have a lot more guns. So the next elf unit to move. Oh, you've moved, and I didn't put a pip next to you. I don't want to be the druid. I don't want to move the druid until last. So I think... Ooh, hang on. Maybe the answer is that you move through here and shoot at this guy with concealment. So we're making 2 shots. But I get +1 to shoot. So this is my Lone Watcher. Harel. Harel is a sergeant. Sergeants get +1 to hit when shooting or in melee. Picked 1. I picked shooting. So hits on a 2, -1. So hits on a 3. 2 shots because eagle-eyed. +1 attack when shooting. So 2 shots hitting on 3s down there. Oh, 2 2s. So 2 misses. That is unfortunate. So that is, not only have I moved, but I have taken my shot. Can still fight, but it'll only hit on 6s in any subsequent combat rounds. So next turn is the dwarf activation. We're still wanting to go last with those guys by the look of it. So he's just going to move 8 inches down here. And that's going to... She doesn't have any guns or anything, so she can't shoot anyone. She's just standing there and hoping that no one gets her. But actually, she's going to hug the wall a bit. To be a little bit smart. The main thing that could hit her, let's actually move back a little bit. Try and make it so you can't hit me. Actually, we will go back. The problem with standing back this far is that that's a couple of inches that she can't move to charge someone in a later turn. But it also means she's not going to get shot this turn and fall off the map. Or so she hopes. Because it is now time to activate... something. So... So 8. Basically getting to be here for 8 inches. 9, 10, 11, 12. No one's going to be able to hit me there. And I'm in a really good spot to screw some people up. So we're activating you now. Getting the druid all the way out here. And the druid is still within 12 inches of the Lone Watcher. So we're going to cast Regrowth on the Lone Watcher, giving it regeneration for the next time it is used. That's a 5+ spell. She is a Druid 2, a Wizard 2, which means that that spell will go off on a 3 up. That's a 3. Let's just change the color to blue to remind us that we've got an effect on him. And that is her turn. She cannot attack anyone at this point. I should consider giving her a bow. Anyway, the next one to activate for the Druid, we're going to try and get 8 from the main guy. And we're going to hope that we can see... Oh, yep, we can see the Druid. Though I'm going to get a cover thing. So that's... he hits on a... He has 2 shots. His name, Dwarven Ortan, has 2 fire pistols to fire. So he's got 2 shots. AP 1, but he hits on a 4 because his quality is 3 and he's not in the best place there. So 4s, so that's 2 hits. Oh shit. Oh. Oh no. No. Fuck. Wisdom of the Gods. That was 2 XP plus 2 XP. Elora got plus 2 XP. Nothing else has happened that is worth noting yet. So I think we're okay. I think that's the last thing that's changed. Yep, so she has defensive 6. Well, I guess the AP doesn't matter. Come on, 6s. Okay, 1 wound goes through. Surprised. Okay. Now you have both attacked and taken and moved. Oh god. Stop it. Okay, now, however, this means that I can see you from here. So if I just... I don't think that's enough to move 6 inches here. I now no longer have the loss of cover. You are within range. This is Adana the Guardian, who has range of 30, 2 attacks, hits on 4s. And I rolled below 4s, so those are both misses. And this is not going that well for Elora and her troop. But it's doing a whole lot better for the dwarves this time. The last one to go is the Iron Warrior, whose name I don't remember, who's going to get up to here. He is unable to see anyone he can shoot, however. So that is the end of his turn. And that is the end of all turns. That is the end of round 1. So, first things to do, morale. No one has to worry about morale yet. So next is assigning these. At the end of the first turn, I do believe that we've got 3 objectives on each side. Yeah, the Elora is not close enough to contest this one. Not that that is necessarily her goal. However, she would very much like to stay alive. So, those are now done. Let's review the objectives. So, the Litwin scouts have the objectives are gone. Fuck, hang on a second. Good thing this is recording, hey? And fixed. Thank God for recordings. So, reviewing these. Hold 1, hold 3. Well, objectives 1 are this one, and 3 is this one. So, we're not getting those. However, we do have, the Litwin Scouts do have shifting strategy 6. Now, shifting strategy... what was it? 44. 44. Shifting strategy. Control that objective marker. One VP. Yeah, I don't want to look at doing that. I'm just going to take the 1 VP. Redeemed in round 1 for 1 VP. So this one here is objective marker 6. We are now controlling it, and that is great. They are also going to... They're going to give up on hold 1. And we'll draw 2 new ones at the beginning of the next turn. Now, the Ortan Expedition, however... their goals are Cs 6 and Cs 5, which is 6 and 5, and slay the king, which they're actually kind of close to now, as Elora has taken a wound, and she is the most advanced soldier. She's right in the thick of it, so she is going to have to look at retreating very quickly in the next round if she wants to stay alive. So, do I want to try and seize both 6 and 5? They're only worth 1 point. If I'm looking at the board from this direction, we are going to have a fight over this one. This is potentially possible. Where this one, there's only sort of 1 unit contesting that. It's either going to happen or not going to happen. I think we're going to drop 6. And go all in the middle. We could hold on to both of them, but I don't want to. So that's how that goes. Nothing else has happened in round 1. There's nothing else left to do, so we are now on to round 2. Now, the first thing to do, I'm remembering, Well, actually, the first thing to do is to get rid of all the dice. Second thing to do is to see if the elves have a random event. They do not. Do the dwarves have a random event? They also do not. Now, the dwarves were the last to activate a model, so the elves go first. So, what do I want? Oh, hang on. The first thing we need to do... yeah, what was that about forgetting stuff? Let's draw new cards. So the elves need to draw 2. 30. That's cocked. 31. And 46. 31 and 46. 31, 46, which are... 46 is total dominance. Ooh, I don't know that that's achievable. 31 is probably hold 1. Yep. Which is the one I just got rid of. Oh, 31. In fact, it's exactly the one that I got rid of. So we're going to re-roll that. 30, different one. 33. I've got that already in my hand. 60. 6. Sort of upright. That's upright enough. It's more upright than not, whereas some of those other ones are being on a corner. And like not human readable is up. So 66. No. I need to take no prisoners. Win a melee by 3 or more wounds. Ooh. Win a melee by 6 or more wounds. Oh, that's a challenge. It's only worth 1 or 2 VP, though. Damn. All right. And the dwarves need just 1. Yeah, that's upright enough. 52. Charge. Seen this one before a few times now. And it is now activation time for the elves. Well, if I've got this damn take and hold 1, maybe the thing to do is actually to charge in here. Now, before we fight, I am a wizard. Where are my spells? Spirit Vines. 1 hit with AP 2 deadly 3. I only need to get 1, so I'm gonna go do harvest. I'm gonna do insect attack. Well, it takes 3 hits, takes 3 automatic hits. That's the same thing, right? Here's what I think I mentioned some dubious things about how I'm interpreting stuff. like, take 3 hits. Like, you don't take the hit until you have rolled and successfully hit someone. Then then you're taking the hit, and you have to, unless an automatic hit. Does the game define what an automatic hit is? Shooting. Who can shoot? Determine attacks. Can I search this? Automatic hits. Automatically fails, automatic wound. Yeah. It doesn't actually define it. But, like, the roll doesn't count as a hit until you succeed your quality test. So you have to roll 2 hit. Whereas to say you take a hit says that to me that it's an automatic hit. So yeah, we're continuing to interpret that way. At which point, even whoa. Hang on a second. I think I saved. Yeah. So we are going to roll insect attack. Even though there's no other enemies to hit, and we're just targeting you. So that's a 5 up. So on a 3 up, you get done with lots of stuff. 4. So you have 3 saves. AP 2. I can't remember what your defense is. No, AP 3. 1, 5, and 6. The 6 will always succeed. It's AP 2, not 3. Not AP 3, it's just AP 2. And are you an elite, or you've both got defense 3. So the 5s. 3, 4, 5s. The 5s are so you're only taking the 1 wound, but that is enough. So on a 5, you are dead. Otherwise you are knocked down. You are stunned. At which point I'm immediately attacking you in melee, and you are out off the board. So that is 1 charged attack. So that is... I need to write who is who to. Event. Knocked out someone. Who did Elora just knock out? If I select you while you roll a die, does that... No, it just says you rolled. It doesn't actually say. That's annoying. Rename. Hildred. This is round 2. Brilliant. Now, still at risk of getting done in by these guys, but she has now moved and attacked. And it is now the dwarf go. Can he just... Those aren't enough to take the fall. Oh, he can. He is charging straight into combat with her and attacking her 3 times. 3's to hit, so he gets 2 hits. Engineer. 3's to hit AP 2, which doesn't matter. Yep. She's got, so yeah, it doesn't matter what his AP is because she only has a defense of 6. So, come on, 6s. 1 6, she takes 1 wound. She's then going to hit him back. And I don't think she's very good at this. Yeah, she has 1 attack. Hitting on a 6. 4, she misses. And so he has to retreat a step as the attacker. Now, elf activation turn. So 5 inches of movement gets me to there. And then, yeah, so we're going to jump in and attack this guy. Now, we've got, this is Sorrel the Warrior. He has 2 hand weapons, and he hits on 4s. So he gets 2 hits, and he's trying to break through the armor of the Dwarven Engineer who has a 3+ save. So he makes both saves, and the dwarf is going to attack him back, only hitting on 6s. No hits, so he's going to retreat an inch. And I need to just put some markers down to say that everyone here has both been activated and attacked. Cool. It is now the dwarf turn again. And it looks like we are piling on. So this guy is going to get here with 8 and is not able to shoot the druid, but will shoot at the warrior. So he gets 2 shots. I didn't really pick them up. He hits on 2s anyway, I think. I think I said that he would hit on 2s. So he gets 2 shots. Those are both AP2. The warrior is saving on 5s anyway. So he has to make 2 saves on 6s. He does not. So he takes 2 wounds and has to roll. No, he's knocked out. Okay, so taking that note, Rashek knocks out someone. No, Sorrel. I can use Sorrel's market. Oh, if I can pick the damn thing up, I can. Now it is the elf activation turn again, and we've got one guy there that is particularly visible and in range of both of the archers. So the first archer, we're going to act with the Guardian first, who just gets 2 shots all the time, hitting on 4s, hitting the Iron Warrior. 1 hit. Now he has a save of 2+. That is a 1. So he takes that damage and has to roll. He's only got the 1 wound. So he's got... Nope, that's a... Here we go. This is a single die. Roll a thing. A check thing. 4. He is stunned. And that's really quite painful, potentially. But it's not the... hang on, I need to put some... Potentially a lucky roll there. It probably would have been better to... Yeah, that'll do. Probably would have been better to attack with the AP2 shot from the other archer. But that's not what we did. The dwarves have 1 more person to move into this melee, who is not going to make it the whole way there, but is ready to jump in and try and take down the druid. However, we're going to do rapid shot against the Iron Warrior, hitting on 2s. Both shots hit, so he comes off the board. And to take a note of that for XP purposes later... that is Harel. Harel knocked out the Iron Warrior, Roshek, in round 2. Then, hang on. How come? Oh, I didn't get to activate the dwarf didn't get to, because I killed one of the dwarves before it could activate. The dwarves are now a step ahead of the elves. So this dwarf is going to rush to here, and that's sort of it. It's gonna get charged either way next turn, so it may as well step up to fight it, to fight them. So the tree man is going to activate and come over here and attack 2 times, I believe. Tree man, 2 claws, hits on 4s. Two 6s. Now the dwarf has a defensive 3 plus. And saves both of those and is going to attack back. This is a veteran. Yep. Dwarven veteran. So only has 1 attack with AP 2. Hits on a 3 though. So the tree man has to save on a 6. Doesn't save, so we'll take the damage and has to roll to see if he... Oh, he is knocked down. And we're going to see to roll if we push to push him back. There's pushback on a 4 plus. Yes, it is. And he's been pushed back 2 inches. And that is round 2, the end of round 2. So, the druid is potentially, Elora is potentially in some trouble, as she will not be acting first on the next turn and has two dwarves ready to pummel her. Now, first things first, we need to see what happens to... hang on. Has anyone lost half of their forces? No. We've still got 3 dwarves on the board and 4 elves on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're not at half yet. This is under contention. Nothing else is changing. Our hold 3, so the Litwin Scouts objectives, hold 3. Oh, I'd never rolled special objective for them. Let's quickly roll special objectives for the start of the game. So for the Litwin guys, 2, and for the dwarves, 5. So 2 is honor. No enemy units in own deploy zone at the end. Is that in my deployment zone? In Litwin, the Litwin deployment zone, in the Wood Elf deployment zone, there must not be any units at the end of the game. And Rage is be the first player to knock out an enemy unit, which they failed. That's unfortunate. As Sorrel was knocked out after Hildred. Did Sorrel knock out Hildred? No. Elora knocked out Hildred. Okay. So with that, I know I'm looking at my objectives still. So hold 3. Nope. I need to take 3 before I can hold it. Total dominance. Don't know about that. Take no prisoner. Take no prisoners. I don't think I'm going to get take no prisoners. I could, actually. Theoretically, I could get take no prisoners because... win a melee by more than by 3 or more wounds. Assuming I keep the druid alive, I could potentially do that, but I'm going to get rid of that as a goal and get a new one at the beginning of next turn. Now the dwarves. They have not seized 5. They have not slain the king. They have completed charge. They have killed... Oh, no. Rashek knocked out Sorel. Rashek did not knock out Sorel in close combat. So I'm not actually going to change anything there. And that is the end of round 2. We will move on to round 3. Now, the first thing to do is, as always, get rid of all the damn dice. Next, we need to roll to see about events. Now, the dwarves are going first this time, so we're going to roll for the dwarves, get a 3. Then we're going to roll for the elves and get a 5. We have a random event happening. I need to roll d6 twice more. 1, 1. Ooh, that's interesting. No, come on, this one here. It's always the one I don't want. Slave worker. A local clan kidnaps one of the warriors and puts him to work on a fungus farm. Select one random unit and remove it from play. At the end of the mission, it may be bought back for D3 times 10 points, or else it's disbanded. Oh, snap. Oh, I kind of want to lose so I can buy it back. Well, it depends on which unit. Oh, that's absolutely terrible. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, or 4. And we'll roll a d4. And I'm hoping it's a 4 because he's dead anyway. It's a 2. Oh, no, 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 no. That's the worst one. Okay. Oh, my God. That is the worst thing that could have happened. Actually, the worst thing would be Elora dying. But a Harel gets taken as a slave. And it's going to be, what was 1d3 times... Shit. No! 30 points to buy back at the beginning of round 3. Oh, God. That is awful. Yeah, so good things can happen in the random events and bad things can happen as well. The next thing to do is look at objectives. The Litwin Scouts have 1 objective currently, so let's roll to get a new objective. They've got 2 objectives currently. 16, which is take and hold 6. Great. Yeah, so it's seize 6. Which is an easy win at the end of the round. So that's actually really good, because hold 3 is not going to be fun. assuming I've actually got 6 at the end of the turn, because the Ortan Exhibition, who is it that's over there? Hildred might take it from me. I think that Hildred will take it from me. Now, they've got all 3 of theirs. Now, let's have a quick check. Because they're going first. Slay the King is worth 2 points. And she's the most dangerous unit on the board. Whereas this is just an easy win. It'll only get me 1. So I can start off and move in here, kill him, then move up 3 inches and take that. It will get me 1 victory point, and they will lose. So, sorry, I'm thinking in place of the player for the thing. So it will get the Dwarves 1 victory point and lose the Elves 1 victory point. It'll make it a lot harder for them to retake anything. Even though I could get 2 victory points from here, I know that the Elves will also get a victory point if I don't take this, which there's a good chance of. If I instead activate here and kill the Druid, then the move for the Elf is to activate this so that it's stood up, so that I actually have to fight it. I think it's worth risking giving them the point if I can get 2. So I'm going to activate the Engineer. He's going to stride into battle and hit the Druid 3 times. And he's going to hit the Druid 3 times. And she's going to take only one damage, but that does put her on 3. So she has to roll. If she rolls whatever she rolls, she's unconscious. She's stunned, at least. So she is now stunned. She has been knocked down. So we're not going to bother pushing. Yeah, we're going to push her back. 6. She's going to get pushed back. 1, 2. And now that is the end of that guy's thing. He has attacked and he has activated. Now, on the Wood Elf turn, I've got two downed people. One of them I really don't want to lose. So I'm going to activate her immediately so that she's no longer knocked down. And that is her turn. Now, seeing this, the best thing for the dwarf to do is to jump in here and attack this while it's still down, knocking it out of off the game board, and moving 3 inches in to take this thing. So I'm going to get a thing. In fact, this way I'm actually getting 3 victory points, potentially. So that's that. I should say that it's been activated. And now I have this elf. Okay. The elf has a good view of the dwarf engineer and is going to take 2 shots, hitting on 4s. Two 5s. His defense is a 3. So he will get to roll that. He takes 1 of those. So, the question is, what happens here? She's going to attack once, I think. She's an elite, isn't she? Does she get 2 attacks? She's an elite. She gets 2 attacks. Oh, shit. No, that's 3 attacks. 2 attacks hitting on 3s. 1 hit. 6 is to shrug it off. That's a 5. She's got AP 2 anyway. Alright. 3, 4. Oh, did I do the wrong thing? If I had hit her, I might have killed her. Yeah, I did do the wrong thing because then it would be down to morale checks as well. Okay. So I'm losing the druid this turn. The question is who kills her? Roll. I really need to roll low. That is cocked. It's not cocked enough. I've taken other rolls like that. That isn't cocked enough. That is up enough that I know that she's out. And the dwarves killed her. So, what was your name again? Althid. Knocks out Elora. Elora, not Elora. Elora. I also had Hildred. This was on round 3. Sorrel was knocked out on round 2. Also knocked out on round 3 was Hildred knocks out Athras. The 4th one was taken as a slave by some randoms. And we've only got 1 Wood Elf left on the board. Elora knocked out Hildred. No, Hildred's gone. Who knocked out? Who are you? Ethelwood. Ethelwid knocks out Athras. Harel knocked out Roshek. And then Harel got taken as a slave. Elora knocked out Hildred. Hang on. Are the only 2 dwarves knocked out? Yes. Only 2 dwarves are knocked out. That is what is happening there. So, You want to make a morale check? Quality of 4, yeah? Oh, you make it. You have not gotten to half of your stuff yet, so we're still going. Oh boy. That is everyone. This is taken. Did not want to make that unique. By the dwarves. This one also belongs to the dwarves. Now looking at hold 3 is not going to happen. It's going to get rid of hold 3. Total dominance is also not going to happen. C6 potentially could. Slay the King is what we're doing. Hang on. Slay the King gets you 2. Charge. Let's get charge. No, it actually does specify how that works. You get the highest one automatically. You can't choose to strategically get the lower scoring one to get the highest scoring one at a later time. So I think that scores 2. What was it? Slay the King, 2 VP. Oh, I'd gotten rid of C6. So I don't actually score a point from doing that. There you go. I think I can get charge. Slay the King. Seize 5. Cool. Well, that's the end of round 3. It's now time for the last round. It's definitely going to be the last round. There's only one man standing on one side. But it's time for round 4. So we'll start by clearing the dice. And then rolling. Who went last? The dwarves went last. So the elves get a random thing. They do not get a random thing. Do the dwarves get a random thing? The dwarves do not get a random thing. So we need to get I need a new objective for the elves. 6 65. Big Game Hunter. Destroy an enemy unit with tough 6 or higher. Well, I can't actually get that because no enemy unit has tough 6 or higher. So I'm going to re-roll. Yes. Seize 4. I can totally get Seize 4. I've already got it. This is doable. I can get 2 VP. The other thing is, though, at this point, it's more of a play to the end and make sure that they get as little as possible. So they've got Seize 5 and Charge. They need one more. The dwarves. They're going to get a hold 1. Oh, is that hold 4? $34. Hold 4. They've just practically got that. That's just a free 2 points. Because they have... Oh, no, they don't. They can't get that. 4 is this one. they can't ever score that because they have to have it at the start of the turn, which they don't currently have. Seize 4, that just has to be in my possession. In the possession at the end of the turn. Brilliant. So, how does this happen now? I think the only thing... I don't think the dwarves can actually make it anywhere. The only thing that can happen is I'm going to shoot this guy. Am I going to shoot this guy? Maybe I'm going to shoot her. Because they've both got the same damn stats. He can shoot back, sure, but I'm very unlikely to get him. And at this point, it's stick it to the other guy by killing his troops. Because it's just three veteran. Oh no, it's the elite. Yeah, let's kill the elite. The 3/3 elite. So shooting 2 shots at the elite. 4s hit. Come on, 4s. Hey. So she saves on 3s. Roll low. Nah, she saves both shots. She is fine. And that is the only thing that the elves can do at this juncture. What do you, not N. M. This is the closest that we can get to a thing. It is not within 3 inches. So at that point, it may as well just call it there without continuing. Hang on. This guy, let's give this guy a go because he can shoot. Okay. He is not within 12 inches of her, so he cannot shoot her. So that's it. Whew. All right. Jesus. That's the end of round 4. There's no point in continuing on because there's nothing else that can be gained or lost by either side. Let's just see if... can't hold 4. Can't seize 5. Can't charge. Make sure that... Yeah, that's way too far away. So neither side... No. Okay, we get an extra. So the dwarves can't clear any objectives. However, the Litwin scouts can. They have seize 4. So on round 4, they've got 4 in control. They get an extra. Oh, God. That means the game ties. Oh, God. That means the game ties. All right, we're playing round 5, apparently. We better get the movements in. So total dominance is not going to happen. So I'm going to drop total dominance. If we're playing another round, apparently. until the Dwarves can get an extra VP, we're playing another round. Slay the King. Seize 5. Charge. Hang on. Maybe we're not playing another round. We played it before that charge would work. So on 4, we're going to complete charge and get an extra point. We're going to do that from previous rounds. And I don't know that I'm doing that right, but that's how we played in the last round. So that we're going to do that again, and I don't really care that much. It's fine. It means the game ends. So with that, the points are scored and we have a winner. So they then win an extra win game. So they get an extra 2 for winning the game. Game 2 win. Which gives them 10 points and 5 VP. While Elora's, the Litwin Scouts get mission 2. They fail, the Ortan guys failed Rage as well. Ooh. Special objective honor, hang on. They would get that move. They would be aware of that objective. And you're playing to win the tournament. Right. So they don't win. So they're going to fail honor. Failure. However, they will. They're going to loss. They're losing the game. They're getting 2 VP, but it means that they are getting 30 points, which is good because we're going to need that to buy back Harel. Because he's a slave now. How fucked up is that? Alright, so. The next thing to do is work out casualties. This is the scary one. Because this is a dice roll to determine if your people are alive or dead. And we're just going to get Elora out of the way. Please don't roll a 1. Anything but a 1. 2, thank God. Elora will live. Recovered. Oh no, heroes don't die, do they? Heroes go down in points and get injuries. So, okay. So she comes back without any things. That's all right. All right, so the tree man, 3 recovers. The warrior, whose name I've forgotten now, also recovers. Harel, slave. Athras recovered. Sorel also recovered. And survived. Adana survived. Adana was 2 ends, I think. The things that you remember. Which is good. So, on the other team, the Roshek lives. And this one also recovers. So this was Roshek and who? Hildred. Hildred recovered. Let's just do this. It's a little bit easier to read. Survived. 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 So, XP gain is the next thing. Surviving a mission. Everyone survived. So, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Does being caught as a slave count as surviving? I'm counting as surviving. You're not dead. Okay, knocking a unit out gives you +1. So Rashek knocked out Sorel. So Rashek has 2. Ethelwild knocked out Athris. And Athelid knocked out Elora, who is a hero, so she gets 3. Whereas on the other side, Elora found the thing and got +2, and Elora knocked out Hildred, so Elora actually gets 4 XP. Harel knocked out Roshek, so Harel gets 2, but it's going to cost me, yeah, okay. So, so 7, Harel is the Lone Watcher and is now on 5 XP. Now, hang on. Yeah, so 7. Oh, fuck. 4. Harel gets 2. And everyone else gets 1. Elora is recovered. Slave. Recovered. Survived. And we're going to save that. So that the undo thing doesn't happen again. So we will level up in a second. Harel gets 3 XP now. The Treeman has... The Treeman should actually have 2 XP. Should have gotten 1 XP in the previous round. Sorel didn't do anything. Sorel is the warrior. He got 1 XP, so he's on 3. And Adana this time only got 1 XP. So leveling up is something I will do in a minute. First, I need to look at these guys again. So everyone is either survived or recovered. So everyone got 1 for surviving. Roshek gets 2. Okay, so he's got 4 XP total. Hildred has 2 XP total. Ethelwild has 4 XP total. Alethid has 4 XP total. And Roshek has 5 XP total. So I've got 2 characters leveling up. Okay, so first we'll level up Roshek. As he Becomes 5 points more expensive, and you must roll 1 die to see what trait it gets. So roll a die. He gets headstrong. +1 to rolls when taking morale tests. Headstrong. So the Iron Warrior will pass all morale tests on A2. That's pretty good. Now, our friend here, follow the same, roll 1 die. 6. Pathfinder or Healer. Pathfinder gives me Runner. Moved an extra 3 inches, which is pretty good. Prowler. Enemy gets further than 12 inches. Enemy units further than 12 inches away get -1 rolls to shooting against the hero. Or Climber. The hero needs to only roll +2 instead of +3 when dropping, leaping, or jumping. I think I've already got that with Strider or something. Healer. Chemist. Friendly units within 3 inches get -1 to wound result rolls. Herbalist. Friendly units within 3 inches may ignore wounds on a roll of a 6. I'm guessing that includes themselves. Warden. When the hero is activated, roll 1 die. On a 5+, all friendly units within 3 inches stop being stunned. Oh, I want Healer. I don't really mind what I roll. That's the one I didn't want to roll. Chemist, which is fine. It's just a bit boring. So the ability I get is Chemist. Which is cool. And with that, the only thing left to do is spend XP. The only thing I want to make clear is the advantage of having lost that game is that Sorel now costs 50. So we're at having spent 190 points because I had to buy him back from slavery. That's really annoying. I've only got 160 160 point warband though, unless hero units. It becomes 5 points more expensive. Okay, so I actually got 165 point warband. So this is actually a cost of 70. I don't understand if I have to pay that somehow. It seems to me like I just get it for free. But for comparison, when you're doing the comparison stuff so something I've skipped with this is that you're not supposed to field warbands with a disparity of more than 50 points. So if you field a warband with more than 50 points, you have to remove units in order to make it fair. So the Iron Warrior is now worth 45. So because that's the other thing, right? Like Potentially you don't have any extra points. I guess you always get at least 10 points. But if you level up a couple of units, just happen to do it at the same time, they all go above that. Suddenly, do you just not use your units? So the Litwin scouts have done 8. Ortan has done 2. So here. Yes, the Ortan Expedition now has 2. So there we go. I think that has... Yeah, everything is looking good. Fine and dandy. But this isn't the bit that what you're here for. You're not here to watch me play with spreadsheets. You're here to watch me play Age of... I was going to say Age of Empires. That's not what we're playing at all. Age of Fantasy, Skirmish. The campaign went pretty well this time, where that was game 3. The leaderboard's a bit hard to read because 2 lots have played 2 games and 1 lot has played 1 game. But it brings it relatively close, as the algorithm is victory points divided by number of games played to determine who is the winner. The Litwin Scouts are currently still ahead of the Ortan Expedition, but not by a lot. We'll see how that, if that continues in the next game, when Clara's Horde faces off against Chevel's troop. We'll see what happens. I've had a lot of fun with this. I hope you've enjoyed it as well. If you've watched for this long, then thanks very much for joining us, and thanks for sticking through me playing with bloody spreadsheets at the end there. But yeah, I probably won't actually spend any points between, because there's only 10 points each on those 2 warbands after I have bought back. I did make a point of buying back Harel. But now that he is back, Game 3 is done, and we are on to Game 4 next time. Thanks very much, and have a good one.